Hello, my sexy and beautiful people of the internet. My name is Diego, also known as the Chilean Retro Gamer, and welcome to this little update video for mid-February 2019. I'm gonna try to be concise, just tell you you know, what is necessary, taking as little time as I can, in order not to, drag on and get you guys bored with all this information, even though it's not too much. Okay, first things first. As you can see in the first bullet point, I am going to be uploading less videos this coming week. Probably that could extend to the following one, pretty much the first one, the first week of March, even though most likely that's not going to be the case. I'm just going to be, let's say, uploading less this coming week only, which doesn't mean I'm not going to be uploading several videos regardless. Probably I'm not going to upload anything on the main channels, but I am going to be uploading around 4 to 6 videos on the secondary channels. I still have videos of Super Mario World, playing with achievements on the Chilean Nintendo Gamer. I think I have the 2 remaining parts of Lightning Force for the Sega Genesis on the random channel too. And I think I have a playthrough actually of a shoot 'em up on No Nintendo Allowed. Those are like the 6 videos I get to remember that I still okay, and also the remaining parts of the Sonic 2 ROM hack on the Roulette of Sadness on channel 4. So there are actually videos on one at least of the main channels. So you will see me upload around 8 to 9 videos next week. I plan on uploading something for Capcom vs Konami, which I didn't do on Friday because I'm a lazy fuck. Gotta be honest with you, I was like really focused on other things during this weekend. I'm uploading this on a Sunday, but basically all these last 3 to 4 days I've been completely focused on something else. I mean, personal shit, So I haven't recorded anything, I haven't streamed anything, I haven't even planned anything for YouTube. Well, except this. That's why I decided to go for an announcement video to let you know that you will see me upload less next week. I'm not going to upload 20 videos, but probably half of that. Most likely half of that. Probably a little bit more. Who knows? I might get to record something next week. Most likely not, because we'll have people in the house, and that's, I usually try not to do too many things, or try not to record or stream anything when there are people in the house, because I usually get interrupted and there's usually lots of noise in the background, either my brother singing or my mom calling me for something. So I'd rather do it when there is nobody in the house, or when I know that I'm not going to be bothered. I mean, lately, with the dog, now that I have a dog, we will likely hear him bark, but that's okay. I mean, we can put up with that. But interruptions, that's a completely different issue. I honestly don't feel like dealing with, people in the house, or recording when we have people in the house. So I'd rather not record, or, well, let's see if I can, but most likely I'm not going to be able to do anything this coming week, this last week of February. So I'm going to move all the potential uploads and streams that I want to do for the beginning of March. So that's why next week is going to be a little bit slow. Probably the following one, the first week of March, is also going to be a little bit slow, but I still cannot really promise, or at least make sure that's actually going to be a thing. But next week for sure is going to be a little bit slower. So just letting you know, in case you miss projects or you see certain channels not getting updated, that's the reason why. Especially the main channels are going to be a little bit left aside, and I'm gonna be uploading things that of course I did before, last week or the week before, but mostly on the secondary channels. Okay, just for you to know. Okay, here's the big announcement for this new series that I actually want to start. This new series is called Endless Play. Actually, there are games that at some point I did play a lot of back in the day, and I tried to do some of those on camera. Unfortunately, those are games that require like full concentration, or you have to be fully committed to those I would say permanently or for a very long time. Well, the reason why it's called endless play is because those games are not intended to be playthroughs or let's plays of anything, or I mean, not like projects that are supposed to end. You know what I mean? Usually, these playthroughs that I do are games that, are, of course, have an ending and are supposed to end or finish at some point, either by getting an ending or just showing you certain gameplay of it. And when I feel like there is nothing else to show about that, of course, I move on to the next game. But in a way, those have an end. But in this case, this Endless Play series is focused on games that might be popular in the sense that probably you will guys watch me play these games because they can offer infinite possibilities. I'm talking specifically about user made or basically games that are based on user levels. Probably one of the common examples that you see on YouTube about endless plays in a way is Super Mario Maker because people keep creating levels and certain YouTubers keep making like eternal series out of that. Well, in my case, I'm not gonna be doing Super Mario Maker for the simple reason that I do not own the game. However, if somebody wants me to do an endless play of Super Mario Maker, of course endlessly in a way, or without a, let's say, a limited amount of parts or anything, but for as long as we can play, well, get me the game and I'll do it. I honestly don't have, or I'm not making enough money from the YouTube or from what from my English lessons and everything. I don't have enough money to play or to buy video games. So I mean, I'm completely open to do an endless play or an endless series of Super Mario Maker, playing your levels or playing just random levels using the 100 Life Challenge or whatever it is called. I'm completely like available to do that as long as I have the game. But since I don't have it, unfortunately, I won't be able to start that. But if someone wants me to get me the money for that or the game itself, send it my way, just let me know in the comments or send me an email or whatever, and we can talk about that. But trust me, if I had the game, I would start an endless play series of that. But since I don't have Super Mario Maker, we have been, or I've been like considering other options from games that I actually played in the past, and they actually have endless potential as well. Specifically, I'm talking about Super Mario Flash series that became one of my most popular videos in 2009, 2010 on my channel too. Well, the secondary channel I used to call it, but it's my second main channel, Chilean Retro Gamer 2, because Mario Flash pretty much existed years before Super Mario Maker became a thing. And it is still available to this day. I don't think they keep receiving like levels to be uploaded through the codes on the actual game page, but all the levels that have been available throughout the years are already there, and there are like thousands of levels for you to play using the Super Mario Flash engine. But there is also Super Mario Flash 2 and a Super Mario Flash 3, which is probably less known, but still has the potential to, for you to create or play levels made by users. Super Mario Flash is based on Super Mario Bros. 1 with the Super Mario All-Stars graphics. Super Mario Flash 2 is based on Mario World, and Mario Flash 3 is based on Super Mario Bros. 3. So it has the, I mean, of course it doesn't have as much potential as Super Mario Maker, because Super Mario Maker has a lot of customization, a lot of random things. In this case, Super Mario Flash is more about basically taking the basic elements out of the original games, put them there, of course with the limitations of a Flash game that is online. And in terms of the controls, of course, it's also very limited, but still can be enjoyable, and it's, I would say, a very good exercise for those who enjoy Mario hacks and the like. So I did actually, I made a few videos of Super Mario Flash back in the day, and they seem to be, or they had the potential to become super popular over time. Actually, they did become popular, probably not as much anymore because there is Super Mario Maker and everything. But yeah, these are series, or these are games that I would like to play lots of levels of, and not necessarily levels that people submit, because whenever I ask people to do something, to participate actively on the different shows, I don't want to become super personal about this or super butthurt about the fact, but usually people don't listen. I mean, usually one, two, or three people do listen and do participate, but 90% of the people who watch my videos do not participate when I ask them to, and when I don't ask them to do anything, they participate. So yeah, it's like the world the other way around. But that's why I'm not gonna be asking for levels from people. I'm just gonna be taking levels that are already available on the different Mario Flash pages. Mega Man Maker, of course, that one actually does have still a lot of potential, still being like adding new things on every release. So yeah, that's definitely a game that has been available for what, a year and a half, 2 years now, and still has the potential to become even more, the perfect Mega Man level maker ever. And there is another game that I've done a few videos of. Actually, I did or some sort of attempt for a playthrough on Channel 4 last year for casual gaming, which is Ricochet Infinity, which is basically a Breakout / Arkanoid clone. Probably the best game of its type, the best game of that genre. And unfortunately, all the servers for the ones who created the game had thousands of level packs, and that of course people created. Those servers are gone, so you cannot download the levels anymore through the server. But there are people who actually share all the levels that I've been able to download through the years, so you can actually download the packs, put them on the folder for the game, and play them offline. So at some point I was actually about to quit the possibility of playing Ricochet Infinity, basically because I wasn't able to download the levels from the server anymore. I was able until the end of 2017, but yeah, by that time the servers stopped working, or basically they didn't continue working. But people still started to share during 2018. Basically, they have been creating forums and the like to share the levels that they have been downloaded through through the years, and there are still many thousands of level packs available for you to download one by one, of course, through the not through the game servers, but through the the platforms that the users provide for you to download, like Mediafire or Google Drive or whatever. And you have to download them manually and set them up manually, but still available for you to play. And yeah, I really love this Arkanoid type of game, especially with the creativity of certain users that keep uploading level packs every single month. So yeah, that's another game in which I am going to be focusing a lot on. By playing a lot of the user-made levels. So yeah, again, the spirit of endless play is not to do full or playthroughs of a game, but basically to play custom levels from users. Some users actually make quote-unquote games out of this. Basically, even though you make just individual levels, you don't put them into a map or anything, or it's not like a ROM hack, it's just individual levels, but they basically make the levels in a sequence for you to play them in order. So maybe I can do that. That might count as playthroughs in the case of Mario Flash specifically and Mario Maker. They do a lot of, in the case of Ricochet Infinity, they basically make level packs that are supposed to have different amounts of levels, 10, 20, 30 levels each pack. And of course, you are supposed to play them in order, and you finish quote unquote the game when you clear all of those. So they count as custom games in a way. But in the case of Mario Maker, of Mega Man Maker, people do the same thing, like creating levels and put them names to it. Of course, the idea is to play them in order, to simulate the idea that you are playing an actual Mega Man game, not just standalone levels. The same thing can apply to Super Mario Flash, probably to a lesser extent, but there's going to be mostly Mario Flash levels are going to be about individual levels that do not have a specific sequence or anything, even though they are quote-unquote games that people make out of these Super Mario Flash games or levels. So those could be interesting to take a look at. But these are games, these are engines that are not supposed to or bring us infinite possibilities. So that's why these are called endless, because one day or 1 month I can do Mario Flash, the next month Mario Flash 2, then Mega Maker, then go back to Mario Flash or whatever. But the idea is to play these 5 games endlessly. Of course, at different paces, not necessarily keeping them updated all the time, all of them, you know. And one last detail actually that I want to share with you. This series specifically is going to be on the random channels, random channel 1 and random channel 2. I'm not going to make endless play on the main channels, because that's one of the mistakes I made back in the day when doing Mario hacks all the time on one of the main channels. Like, people misinterpret things, and well, a lot of the subscribers that I got over the years misunderstood things, and they thought I was pretty much everything about the ROM hacks and in a secondary way about the retro games, when it is completely the opposite. The ROM hacks are completely secondary, but the main focus on my channels is basically real games or retro games for the most part. So what I'm gonna do is put this endless plays on the random channels, basically for trying not to bring too much attention, because if I put this on the main channels, people will expect more and more of these, and they're going to completely ignore the main projects, the main games, the real games that I want to do, and they will prefer me to do endless plays or custom on, you know, Mario levels or ROM hacks all the time. So I'd rather keep this in a less crowded environment, and that's basically the random channels that I got that people still like subscribe to and watch every now and then. But trust me, it's not going to bring as much attention if I did all of these series, especially the Mario games, on the main channels, because people will expect more and more of that, and they will completely ignore the main series, which are the ones that are going to be focusing the most on. I don't want to make the same mistake I made years ago, uploading or doing too many ROM hacks in a row on one of the popular channels, because again, people will misinterpret things and they will start subscribing to you for the wrong reasons. So I'd rather people subscribe to the other channels for the wrong reasons and not involve the main channels for that, to be honest. So yeah, that's pretty much endless play. Basically, not playthroughs, but, or let's say infinite playthroughs. All of these games are, of course, are based on user-made levels. And last but not least, live streaming is going to be back officially in March. Okay, I actually did put the live streaming item on the last update video a month ago, approximately, and yeah, I decided to start live streaming officially on YouTube and Twitch with different series in March. So you should expect like the live equivalents to, I don't know, RetroQuest, the Replay series, the Non-Serious Gaming, all of those shows that you are used to on the different channels, but of course with a live version and different games being played, just for you to know. And of course the regular series on Twitch. I haven't streamed in almost 5 months. I think that's about enough time for you to take a break from streaming, so I'm gonna go back to it. I'm gonna get back to a regular series on Twitch. I'm gonna go back to the YouTube equivalent as well, and yeah, basically go slowly, step by step. Ooh baby, yeah, of course I had to make the reference to the song of the New Kids on the Block. And yeah, that's about it. I mean, I still have a few days to decide what to play or what series to do on each of the channels, which is not going to be very hard because I already had some things planned from last year. I just need to adjust a few details and we can officially start the live streaming on YouTube and Twitch, pretty much following the game sequences I've been working on during the last months. So yeah, I've been talking for 20 minutes and I said that I wanted to be concise, so I apologize. But yeah, I wanted to make sure that you understood all of these announcements, especially the Endless Play one, which is probably the main reason why I'm uploading this video, just for you to know. Remember, next week I am going to be uploading less videos, probably not 20, but around 10. Probably a little bit more than that. It depends on the availability that I have for recording anything at all next week. But most likely it will be at least half of the videos that I usually upload, but expect less, especially on the main channels. And also a new series, Endless Plays, in which I'm going to be playing user-made levels from different games, especially Mario Flash and Mega Man Maker and Ricochet Infinity. Those are the main targets. Of course, if someone gets me Super Mario Maker for the Wii U, I will play it for you as well, trust me. So I will be adding it to the collection of Endless Plays. And remember, live streaming, there is a chance to, well, most likely I'm going to start it again in March. So pretty much a couple of weeks from now. So thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for listening, rather. And in case you have questions, especially about the Endless Play thing, let me know in the comments. I will gladly answer all of them. So see ya.